როგორია საბა კვირკველიას და ოთარ კიტაიშვილის
How
მდგომარეობა და
is
რამდენად
Saba
არიან ისინი
Kvirkvelya
მომავალი
and Otar
მატჩისთვის მზად?
Kiteishvili feeling, and are they ready for the upcoming match?
Okay, thank you.
როგორია საბა კვირკველიას და ოთარ კიტაიშვილის მდგომარეობა და რამდენად მზად არიან ისინი მომავალი ისტორიული მატჩისთვის?
How are Kvirkvelya and Kiteishvili feeling, and are they ready for the upcoming historical match?
Saba Kvirkvelya, yes, is ready to compete tomorrow, but Otar Kiteishvili is still not ready.
Yes, in the middle, please. Gentleman, raising his hand. Yes, please.
Hi, Tarek Panja from the New York Times. I've got a question for Guram. As a Georgian person, your country has tried, I think, 14 times to qualify for an international tournament, and you're finally here. Could you describe the emotions you felt on the night of qualification and what it means to be here today?
English or shall I speak in English or? Well, I don't know if you have seen video, but I almost passed out from happiness. It was really one of the best memories what I collect from my career, and yeah, it was the proudest at that moment, and you know, it's always so special that you make your country proud of you and proud what you have done it, and yeah, it was a great moment.
Hi, a question for Guram as well. Sidlo from The Guardian. I wanted to follow up a little bit on what Tarek was asking you. And obviously, you go into a tournament now knowing that being here is a monumental achievement, that it means a huge amount to you and to everybody. How do you manage that, if you like, that process from going from knowing that you've already achieved to focusing on trying to achieve and not just thinking, wow, it's brilliant, we're here, but kind of really focusing on competing and treating it as if it was normal?
Yes, that's a good question. From the first meeting when we start the camp, we said that we have to leave this good feelings and emotions what we had from the night we qualified, because to still celebrating that moment is not right. And yeah, we are here and we want to compete, and we're gonna fight like never for this. So it's not like party time or celebration moment for us. No, we want to show that we deserve to be here.
Yes, please, the lady.
საღამომშვიდობისა, პირველ რიგში მადლობა, რომ ჩვენ ყველანი აქ ვართ. ისტორიული არის ეს ყველაფერი.
First of all, thank you very much that we're here. This is really historical, but of course it's emotional for us. It's emotional for the team. How will the team cope with these emotions? It is very hard to understand that it's almost 30 years that you try to achieve this. How will the team handle this emotions?
No, it was, I think, for some players after March playoff, it has been a bit difficult for them to go back in their daily routine in their clubs, because they still had a lot of emotions, and they had the feeling they were maybe living a dream, and but the dream has to stop at some point, and they had to focus again on what they were doing every day with their clubs, on the pitch, in trainings, during games. And it's a it's something we talk about with the players when we started the camp. And at the beginning of the camp, I have to say it was a bit difficult, but I think now the players are really ready for the competition, and they focus on their performance and their discipline.
Is the lady, please, on the fourth row?
Hello. My question is for the coach. I would like to ask, first of all, congratulations, and it's going to be historic game tomorrow. Your rival is Turkiye, and what would you say about their strengths and weaknesses? How would you address? Thank you.
The thing is, when you're Georgia, if you have to talk about the strength of the opponent, it can go for a long moment. The list can be long. It's our first match, but it's also their first match. I'm sure they will have much more pressure than we have. The players, the Georgian players are, I think, ready for it. Ready, as Guram said, ready for the fight. But if you start talking about the strength of Turkey, I think we can stay here for a long time, because they have a lot of good players with great technical abilities. They try to put a lot high rhythm in the pitch on the pitch during the match. They project themselves very good offensively, and it's going to be a great challenge for us.
Yes, at the very bottom, please. Yes.
Hi, it's Steve from the AP. It's just a question for Guram. Can you give us a flavour of the frenzy back home in Georgia about what's going to happen tomorrow? How big is this back home? What's actually going on at home? And I've read that a moped driver's delivered a big flag to you at training. So is that part of the sort of frenzy that's going on back home?
Energy in a country, it's like football energy. Like people in Georgia only talk about the football and the achievement we achieved, and this energy, it's crazy. Like the guy drove with the scooter for 4,000 kilometers to deliver the flag, and it was nice message on it. And we are really proud to be here, and we want to show that we deserve to be here. And that energy what country has, it gives the really good boost to us, and it's a great achievement for us.
Hello, thank you that we are here and that we have these emotions. I wish you best of luck tomorrow. I have questions for both sides, actually. You know that Georgia is not strong financially, and you understand that people don't have a very high income, and lots of Georgians sacrificed a lot to be here in Germany. And what is your message to Georgian people? And what is your message to Georgian people?
But the message to the Georgian people who came here or who will come here tomorrow, but also all our fans in Georgia who couldn't come. If you're here or if you're in Georgia, but if you stand behind the team, if you stand behind the group, behind the federation every day, here being in the stadium or in the social media or everywhere, it's a support that the players can really feel, and for that we are very grateful, because we have fans who sometimes have a bit lack of patience, but they are absolutely fantastic fans.
Thanks.
Guram
No,
also.
there was a question to the captain.
თქმა უნდა ვიცი ჩემი მეგობრებიც ძალიან ბევრმა
I know that,
დაზოგაფული და
of course, some of my friends sacrificed, tried to gather the money, all their monthly income and their salary to pay for the tickets to visit this match. Georgian fans love football and appreciate the game very much. We were waiting for this to play on the big tournament for 30 years. At last, this is fulfilled. This is very important for our fans. We know it, and we will do our best to show Georgia and our team in the best light in this tournament. We football players and our fans will do the best to show Georgia in the best light. I think we will achieve success.
As a reminder, just one question per journalist to one of our.
შეგახსენებთ, რომ ერთი შეკითხვა დასმა შეუძლია ჟურნალისტს.
Question is for the coach. My name is Luigi Giordano, Italian journalist of Pianeta Napoli. Does Kvara like play more in central position in national team, comparing on the left wing in Napoli? He likes more. How he play?
The most important is if he's good in both positions, and yes, we use Kashia in a different way as he's been used in Napoli, but it's also because we have some specificities that Napoli doesn't have, and Napoli has some specificities that we don't have. But the most important is that Kashia, if he plays as a left winger or if he plays as a second striker, for me the most important is the will he put on the pitch, but he has been very successful on both positions. So that's great when you have players who can play few positions on the high level.
The lady on the third row, please. Yes, please.
Good evening. My question is for the coach. Congratulations. I'm Giorgio Ceni from Sky Sport Italy. And in Italy, we are talking a lot about Kvaratskhelia.
Parliamo molto di Kvaratskhelia.
Sorry. Sorry, don't know why. See. In Italy, we talk a lot about Kvaratskhelia future, so I just wanted to ask you if this noise can disturb you, especially because you are going to play and to debut in such an important competition, and how is Kvara dealing with that? Thank you, and sorry for that.
It's all right. Thank you for your nice words regarding Georgia qualification, and no, for Kashia, it is private situation, and from what I've seen since the beginning of the camp, he's smiley. He has a lot of motivation, and for me, that's the most important. I don't think he's very much impacted by what people say at the moment or about his future, because when you're a good player like he is, you should never worry about your future. You always know that things will come at the right time, and of course, up until now he has done a lot of very good things. But if he plays a great European Championship, his future might even be better. So if I were him, I would just focus on what I'm doing on the pitch.
Yes, please.
Avrupa, Turkish newspaper from London. Your fans are already partying on Dortmund streets. They are cheering, they are waving, Georgia will, and some kind of singing we just saw today. So they believe Georgia scored 2-0, 3-0. They're waving each other. Do you think this strong cheering will affect your play or players?
That's something I already talked about in the past. Georgian fans have no filter. But that's also why I like them so much. It's because they keep dreaming. And to be honest, if the country haven't dreamt before the playoff in March, if the players haven't dreamt about the European Championship before the playoff, we would have never achieved that. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to make people seeing reality. But as I said, if they dream, then they should keep dreaming, because their dreams are a massive support for our players.
Hi, Willy. It's Dan MacDonald from the Irish Independent. I appreciate your speaking before a very significant match tomorrow, but can I just ask, are you committed to staying with Georgia after this tournament? And the reason I ask is I'm sure you're aware you've been consistently linked with the Ireland manager's job, and I'm wondering if that's an option that you have after the tournament.
It's... I mean, as you can imagine, it's really not the moment to talk about it. But it's. I'm every day talking with my boss in Georgia, with my president, with my vice president, and the situation is very clear between each other. It looks like they appreciate working with me, and I use also this time to say that I also appreciate working with them. It's as I said, it's not the right time for it, but I very much appreciate working in Georgia. That's just the way it is, and of course I can consider myself working in Georgia for Georgia for the next years.
Hi, Kate Holden from Tagesspiegel in Berlin. Here, it's a question for the coach. We've talked about what it means for the players and what it means for the people back in Georgia. What does this achievement mean for you? You achieved so much as a player as well in your career. Where does this rank coming to this tournament with Georgia as a manager?
Well, it's difficult to compare. When you achieve something as a player, you have the feeling it's as a team, and you did sweat a lot for it, and as a coach you sweat a bit less. But it was a absolutely incredible time, because I think we somehow we all have a kind of ego, and to achieve something with Georgia was for me something very, very important, and I did put a lot of effort in it. And when arrives the moment where finally everything is real, we're here at the European Championship, it makes my joy even bigger. I think it's very important to always take the time to realize what you have done, good things, bad things, and at the moment, it's just good, very positive feelings that I do have inside me, and I hope it's going to stay for another couple of weeks.
So we'll take the last two questions, please. Yes, please.
Türkiye'den merhaba. Emre Tanrıver, GZT Spor.
Hello
Sizin
from
için
Turkey.
Türk milli takımında en özel oyuncu kim? Özel önlem alacak mısınız? Teşekkürler.
Player for you in the Turkish national team. Could you give your comments, please? Thank you.
Well, I usually never really talk about the opponents, because I don't like also when the others talk about my team. But of course, if I have to name one, I will say that I'm quite a big fan of Çalhanoğlu since his German time already.
Yeah, the last question, please, with the gentleman. Thank you.
როგორც თქვენ თვით, კიტეიშვილი არ არის მზად სათამაშოდ. რამდენად შეცვლის ეს საქართველოს ნაკრების მზადების გეგმებს სათამაშო გეგმებს თურქეთთან მატჩში?
The plans in the game with Turkey.
Well, it should not change anything, but I'm sure the one who's going to play on his position is going also to put himself on the same level as the others, and I'm very confident about it. Of course, that Kite is not here is a big loss for us because he's an important player, but I'm sure he'll be back for the next match.
Thank you very much to you both. Before closing this press conference, please be informed Turkey press conference is to kick off at 8 in this room later on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.